Rock knows what it means to be a black man living in a country and a culture that is controlled by rich white people. Bill did us just like he did Monica Lewinsky. The government gives them the drugs, builds bigger prisons, passes a 3-strike law, and then wants us to sing God Bless America? No, no, no. Not God Bless America. God damn America. The government's lie. The government lied about inventing the HIV virus as a means of genocide against people of color.
Well, first of all, Anderson, I strongly condemn the statements that have been shown on the tape. I have to confess that those are not statements that I ever heard when I was sitting in the pews at this church.
You can walk out of a church. I mean, you can go up to a pastor and say, this is wrong.
And as I said, Anderson, if I had heard any of these statements, I probably would have walked out, and I probably would have told Reverend Wright that they were wrong. But they were not statements that I heard when I was in church.
So no one in the church ever said to you, man, last week you missed this sermon, Reverend Wright said this, or, I mean, I think I read in your books that you used to listen to tapes of Reverend Wright when you were at Harvard Law School. I did. So you had no idea.
I did not. Did I know him to be an occasionally fierce critic of American domestic and foreign policy? Of course. Did I ever hear him make remarks that could be considered controversial while I sat in the church? Yes. Did I strongly disagree with many of his political views? Absolutely. Those are not statements that I ever heard when I was sitting in the pews at this church.
So you had no idea?
I did not. I have to strongly condemn the statements that were made. They do not reflect my views or Michelle's views.
Let me tell you something. For the first time in my adult lifetime, I'm really proud of my country. And let me tell you something. For the first time in my adult life, I am proud of my country.
They do not reflect my views or Michelle's views or Michelle's views or Michelle's views.
The Rock knows what it means to be a black man living in a country and a culture that is controlled by rich white people. Governments lie. The government lied. The governments lie.